From what we've done already, I think you would already have an idea of what we want to do, even if we don't want to use a lot. First things first, contrast. All right, you saw that with the vlog and how the lot did not give us enough contrast. So this is our footage. We don't want to use a lot. First things first, we can see that, oh, it's flat, you know, it doesn't have a lot of contrast. The blacks and the whites are pretty crunched together. We want to stretch that out. And so we just come to our contrast dial and just click it and start pulling. Now we're roughly where the vlog took us to with the Panasonic. No, we're not satisfied. We click it and we still keep going a little bit more. And right about there, I think I'll pack it around there. That 140, 145, I can pack it. I still feel like I would have loved to increase the highlights a bit, but for now, let's just leave it like that. So contrast is almost there. The other thing that we can see that is probably lacking is that it's not very colorful. The word for that is saturation. The saturation isn't much. It's a bit desaturated. So we want to increase that. Let colors, let's give life to the colors. And so like I said, that's called saturation. It lives right here. Saturation, right under tint. And so we just take that and we start moving it to the right to increase it. And you can see, ooh, life is coming back. Yes, yes, yes. And I think we're starting to push it too much at that point. So I'm just going to dial it down a bit. And I think I'm going to pack it around here for now. Color correction, please don't feel like once you set this 152, you cannot touch it. No. All right. I can come back to contrast, make a change, and come back to saturation, make a change. It's a dance. There is no fixed thing, or once you set it, you can change it. Please don't do that. So we're looking good in terms of our contrast. We're looking good in terms of our colors, but now we have to deal with that green tint that we dealt with before. So same thing. We're just going to come to our tint and we're going to push in magenta because we're trying to kill the green. Oops, too much. So we start dialing it back and we can pack it maybe around here, 9. All right. Same thing with the temperature. It's a bit warm. I just click that and start pushing it. Ooh, too much. Start dialing it back down. And I think I will pack it around here. And we have color corrected our image without using the lot. But now, just to see the difference, there we go. The one with the lot is now looking a bit brighter than the one that we did. Now, of course, we can always increase that brightness if that's what we're going for. Exposure, all right? You will not see brightness. Brightness is not something that is you will find here. What you're looking at is exposure. So we'll just take that and increase it a little bit. Very subtle, and I think that has, let's compare. Oh, just a tiny bit more, but I think I'm going to leave it there. I actually don't want to touch it. And right there, and this image has just been color corrected without us using a lot. All we simply did was introduce contrast, introduce saturation, correct for any tint and any temperature that needed to be corrected for. And if needs be, we would touch on the exposure, whether it is to increase the exposure or to reduce the exposure. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the fundamental of color correction. Everything beyond this is now a bit intermediary and professional, because all we have done now is color correct individual shots. But now imagine that you have multiple cameras shooting the same thing, so you have to balance all of them, because I bet you they will not all look the same. And then you have multiple scenes in a particular video and you have to color correct each and every one of those clips, and you have to make sure that they look the same, that there's synergy in how they look. So it only gets more complicated and more advanced, and you will face situations and problems that just moving these dials around will not be sufficient to solve those problems. I hope this has been helpful. This is color correction, so please interact in the comment sections. Let me hear your thoughts, let me hear your questions. Let's talk, you know, and whatever comes out from these conversations would inform the next video that we're going to be making. All right, until then, ciao, bye, see you next time.